How's it going, guys? Welcome back. Today we're doing a video where we go out and we stick every single team's best player in franchise history back on your team, whether they're old, whether they're young. We're sticking them all back in there at the age of 26, as you can tell here. But we're sticking them all in there unless they're obviously in the league. They kind of have their same age, but we mess with their overall if they still are in the league. But the way we did this was most points on said team gets to be that team's best player. So, you know, the Bobby Clarks of the world. We've seen other guys as well. I got to make sure we get the right screen brought up here. That we've seen went out there and tried to do our best with those guys like Trottier out there. Alfredson doing very well over there in Ottawa. Leguand over there for the Nashville Predators, 85. One of the lower overalls, didn't have the greatest of careers, but he was there for in Nashville for a very long time for, you know, being that the franchise isn't as big as some of the other ones. Not as many big names over there in Ottawa or Nashville either. Still today, they're all about that defense over there in Nashville. Gordie Howe, what a guy. Guy Lafleur, as we all know. Perrault Sedin over there in Vancouver. I thought he was in the game, but apparently he's not. I guess it was because he retired. Maybe one extra year. No, Jerome McGinley over there in Calgary, though. What is our career he had over there in Calgary? 1,219 games played, 1,095 points for Iginla. Way to go for Iginla. Sakic over there in Colorado. Marcel Dion in LA. Then we had Mario Lemieux in Pittsburgh. Maybe you guys want to see the overalls instead of the stats. Mike Modano, Martin St. Louis, Matt Sundin over there in Toronto. Ole Jokinen, Florida. Patrick Elias for the Devils. How about Patrick Elias? Ray Bourque. What a defensive specimen. I could have swore we gave him a 92. Somebody ended up with a 94, though. Ray Bourque, I don't care. Doesn't matter. Guy had 1,500 points. He's a point-per-game defenseman. I think you got to reward him with that, especially when it's an EA game. You know they're going to give the guy a good rating. That's what we tried to base this on. That's why we're not seeing any 99, 98, 97s. Even logically speaking, they should all probably be a 98, 99, but in NHL video games, for some reason, we don't give the best players the best overall in the game. They're actually not best overall worthy of players, apparently. So we're going by their rating scale there. So we got Ray Bourque at 94. Gilbert 89. Rick Nash, thanks for coming, buddy. Did you want to play for Columbus? No, you didn't, just like everybody else. Welcome to Columbus, people. Shane Doe, 90 overall as well. Stan Nikita in Chicago. Timo Solani, another guy, 457 goal career over there in Anaheim. Right near a point per game as well with 988 of them or so. Wayne Gretzky, we already know it, had to give him the best overall out of everybody. He got the 95. You know, he might have had a good career over there at Edmonton. That's what they tell me, at least. He is the bottom of the list, though. The guys that are not on this list, though, that are in the league, though, still, there's Eric Stahl, there is Mikko Koivu, there is, Ovechkin, and Patrick Marleau, and I think there's one other guy, Ilya Kovalchuk's in there as well. We'll go to check you the ratings there real quick. We have Kovalchuk 91. Remember, Thrasher's not Winnipeg, but I guess that counts all as the same franchise. At least in this video, we're not going to separate the two, much like they don't realize. Oh, he's one of the few overalls that did not change because he is still technically in his prime, even at 32 years old. The guy just keeps trucking along. What a player. San Jose had Patrick Marleau, I think. Yeah, Marleau gave him an 89. And then who was the last guy we said? It was Minnesota, I think. Minnesota. It had to be Minnesota. In a franchise that hadn't been around too long. And that is Mikko Koivu. Gave him about an 87 overall. I thought that was pretty fair for him. Try not to get too bent out of shape, please, and thank you by the overalls. I just kind of, you know, ballparked it. They all have pretty similar stats, to be fair. They should get the job done. 89 overall for Eric Stahl as well. But we're going to go ahead and jump into season mode here. Sim up this season. And you already know it. We have to use the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, does it get any more disgusting than Connor McDavid playing with Wayne Gretzky? Do you play those guys together? Edmonton would probably do it. No, in Edmonton, they'd be like, you know what? Why put Wayno and Connor on separate lines where we can play them together? They like doing that. That's what they do with Draisaitl, at least. You guys know how much I love that decision, right? Edmonton's 5-10, no. Oh, or not Ovi, but Gretzky and McDavid cannot carry the Edmonton Oilers. They have a lot more problems than that within. I think it said they had about an 89 overall, so I guess they can't score enough goals, even for Edmonton's sake, in their defense and goaltending right now to win them games. So they are really struggling. I would like to think, you know, EA had to put the, you know, they might not have put them on separate lines, or they might have put them on separate lines, being they're both centers. We'll see what happens. We might have to check that out at the end of the season, but right now they're struggling. They're probably not making playoffs unless they somehow miraculously turn it around here at the end of the year, but that's tough if you're Edmonton. Like, I just couldn't imagine it. Two best players on the planet on the same team at the same time. That's just not even fair. What's more not fair is to be 9 games below 500. Nonetheless, it's going to have to happen for Edmonton. Poor Edmonton. Poor Edmonton. We'll see how the rest of the league does, though. Should be interesting. I mean, at the end of the day, every single team just gained an 89-ish plus, besides a couple players who are a little bit low overalls. Besides that, everybody got some pretty stellar overalls. So every team's kind of benefiting from that. And I probably should bring it up because we didn't really talk about it. When we did best player win by points, we didn't really try to go out there and judge goaltending. Figure, you know, let's give every single team, you know, whether it's a forward or a defenseman, most cases a forward. Let's go ahead and give them their best skater. We threw out a goaltender in that case. We'll see how Edmonton Oilers made playoffs. No, surprise, surprise. They might have made the top 3 lottery picks, though. That probably did happen. It's highly likely Edmonton was like, you know what? We don't have Taylor Hall, so we're not going to win a draft lottery, but if we can finish top 3, that'd be kind of cool. We'll see who won this here Stanley Cup, though. June 1st. Early Stanley Cup finish right there. Yeah, 31, 38, and 13 for them Oilers. They struggled to even get 75 points. That was tough, Edmonton. Tough season. The rest of that Pacific must have been beating up on you boys. And the New York Rangers were one of them. The New York Rangers are going to win the Stanley Cup. They gained 1 player. You know what's weird is when we did the sim where we added all of those players the Rangers picked up in the offseason, it didn't give them that great of an outcome. We out there and added 1 player, and all of a sudden Edmonton, or not Edmonton, but New York's like, hey, we're good at the game. Wayne Train, minus 22. They can't go bad. 45 points, or 45 goals, though, 77 points. 85 out of Draisaitl, 3 setters. Come on, EA. Do me something funny here. Do what Edmonton would do and tell me all 3 of those played on the same line. Just tell me it. Go ahead and tell me that's what happened. Oh, yeah, I forgot. This is EA. You can't look at stat. God forbid you could look at lines in the offseason. What was I thinking? I'll be all right, though. I'll be all right. We'll make it work. We're going to take a look at the season stats for everybody in the entire league here. Should have some pretty nice point totals, if I had to guess. Judging, by the way, yeah, 105 out of Lemieux. 105 out of Malkin. Jeez, I forgot. Speaking of a big joke, Pittsburgh had Malkin, Crosby, and Lemieux. That, again, not fair. That just wasn't even fair. Patrick Kane had 92 points. Kovalchuk dropping 91 with 32 goals. Patrick Laine is still up there. Doing great. He loved it. He loved playing with Kovalchuk. He's like, I'll score the goals, Kobe. I know you're the goal scorer, but I'll score the goals. Don't worry about it. Henrik Sedin, 88 points. He was supposed to be the assist guy. We actually went out there and made his shooting stats lower. His passing stats really high, I believe. And he still went out there. Let me take a look here. Yeah, 89, 92. Pretty average shooting stats for this game. And he was the one guy to drop 46 goals out of all the guys that we made goal scorers this year. 57 out of them, though, so we shouldn't say that. 44 out of Gordie Howe, 87 points. There's Phil Kessel as well. Pittsburgh's just killing this. They got everybody everywhere. I can't believe Edmonton's got 3 guys that are point-per-game players pretty much, and they still weren't anywhere close to playoffs. Federico. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Federico. It sounds great. 84 points. Sakuk with 82 point-per-game player, 43. What? Oh, Shane Doan. Jeez, I don't know why I was thinking Vince Dunn with an S, but Shane Doan, okay, 82 points. That makes sense. Marcel Dion dropping 56 goals. Oh, look at that season. That's an Ovechkin-like season right there. 56 goals, 25 assists. Solani, 47 by 33. Taking down here, Scheifele, Larkin. Clark, not quite a point per game. I can't believe of all people, this game gave the Wayne Train below a point per game. But then again, did we see Crosby at Marty? No, there's Crosby. I guess that's how it works. You put the best players on a planet in the game, and they are the ones that play worse in Sims. Makes a lot of logical sense. St. Louis as well. I thought we had a pretty good card, pretty good stat card for St. Louis. I thought 91 overall, yeah. And again, 77 points on a team like Tampa is a big surprise. Rantanen's down here. There's Peralta. Did we miss anybody? Trottier, 74 points. Anybody else down here that we may have missed? Clint Killer. There's Matt Sundin. Only 71 points on Toronto. Again, it's crazy. The way it's looking with these Sims, it seems like the teams that are more stacked, they put up less points. That's the way it's been looking, at least in these last few Sims. I don't know if something changed along the lines. I went 68 points out of Alfredson, though. Gilbert with 68 as well for the Rangers. I was thinking Gilbert would be the big reason they won. Gilbert actually struggled kind of for being an 89 overall. 68 points, though, sure. That should be it, though. I think that's just about everybody, minus some guys that might not have came anywhere close to getting points. Guy Lafleur, there's a surprise, actually. 36 goals, 28 assists for a 92. Woo! Ray Bork's down there as well. 21 by 43 for that defenseman carrying the team there. Legoan as well, 63. But that, like I said, that should be about it. And besides, the guy's about an 85. But Legoan was a low overall. It's still got points there. We'll take a look at the playoff tree real quick. See who else is in the finals. It was the Blues. Blues again, but they couldn't take care of business this time, losing in Game 7. It was the Rangers. Rangers and Panthers. How about that? Blue Jackets still making playoffs. Go Blue Jackets. Tampa Bay getting bounced in the first round. Water is still wet. It looked like Toronto finally did get over Boston now. San Jose, St. Louis, and then Winnipeg and Chicago over there in the semis on the Pacific, the Western Conference side. We'll take a look at the awards real quick, see what we got popping here. Lemieux with the Art Ross, Malkin with the Memorial, Keith Yandel with the Norris. All these guys, Norris, Yandel. I mean, we only gained 1 player, I guess, as far as defense now is Bork. Lemieux with the Lady Bing, the Calder going to Pedersen, the Smythe going as a Banajad. Gibby with the Vesna, William Jennings going to Vasilevsky, Edmondson, Masterton, the Selke going to Sakic. There you go, Sakic. Ted Lindsay going to Malkin, Maurice Richard going to Lemieux and his, 56 goals I think he had. Otherwise, though, guys, that concludes this video. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.